Good morning, everyone. I'm CP Bellows, and welcome to this week's Virtual Writer. We're going to be picking up where we left off last week. We did get started on a new story. Let me pull up here for a second. Maybe I should remember to download it this week. Title Lost and Love, again, working title, might change. It ended up being either a romance or a rom-com. Last week, created three characters right off the bat. It's gonna be a short story, still don't know how long, maybe 10 pages, maybe a little less, we'll see. Created three characters off the bat, just bare bones, quick descriptions of them. Two friends, you know, and the guy that one is interested in, the other one tries to hook him up. That's excuse me, the general idea of it so far. How it'll go, that's what we're going to see. Since I don't outline, this is just showing you a Panther's point of view. We did start off a little bit last week. We did run over a little bit. I wanted to keep it on 30 minutes. We had about 33, 34. So actually, it's hopefully a shorter video. So let's get almost right into the writing. Like I said, we did set the stage early on, as you can see here, that they're inside, storm happening outside. One thing I've found, like I said, for me in writing is if you can find something in that genre, like read a little bit of it, just kind of get you in that mode, in that frame of mind. Whether it's a romance, fantasy, whatever, it kind of just helps get you centered in that type of universe. So and of course also, it's good to read what you previously wrote. I haven't looked at this since last week. It's been literally 7 days since I looked at this. So just like scanning through it now, it's just seeing, okay, yeah, we set the scene. It's like it's storming out there. One friend's looking out the window, just the storm's kind of just, here we go, another storm. It's on TV. It's like, okay, and with the satellite, when we have bad storms, it's easy to lose reception. Trust me, we had one, and a cloud would go overhead, and we lose reception. So we actually have the stage set now. It's got to figure out, just redo that. What are we going to do in here? Because like I said, I introduced one character. So just a second one. That's one kind of ran out of time. So let's see here. It's like, again, this is where for me, start establishing the character's, attitude. Like I said, for Janet, she's just not cynical, but just kind of, he resigned. Like, oh, this is another day like this. It's another storm. It's like something it's been happening a lot, type of thing. And just kind of resigned it's happening. Can't do anything about it. Deal with it. Move on. Now, Becky, for me, I like to make people be, wise Alex. I just love the tongue-in-cheek humor. So I think we'll probably go along with that. So let's see here. Get started on this. Let me think. Autocorrect being the correction. And the typo's with me already today. Holy lordy. Okay, so for me, I feel this is a good way, like, to reintroduce the mail, so to speak. It's like a common situation anymore. We order food, whatever app we use, and it gets delivered. Sometimes you meet a cool person, you guys kind of click, you just talk, and just friendly banter. So it's like, okay, so this is where we establish relationships now. At least in my mind, how I work it. We may go back and forth a little bit more, but then we're going to bring in, Shane, the character is tax driver delivery person. So that's a thing. So it's like, okay, he'll be delivering her food, and it'll go from there. Now, just gotta make sure. Okay, so never really actually think. I don't remember if we actually talked about who's actually going to be the love interest. I'm thinking it's going to be Janet Becky's a hopeless romantic. So she may want to just, oh, you need to have this. That's kind of my thinking. Um, Again, we'll see how it works out. So I haven't touched it since last week, so I'm going this cold. And it's hard enough after a single day, so after a week, it's more fun. So please bear with me. It's like, brain moves faster than your fingers. Did I just change that? Okay. I don't think I had the Mr. Mason before, but it's kind of popped in there. Let's see how it goes. You just change it. Don't mind me. It's one editing thing I notice I do. If I have a typo, say here, like to say I say no instead of on. I'll actually keep the whole thing going back to that. I don't know why. I just can't just move the cursor over. It's just it's like hey, we'll see. just wanted to check here. So it's like I said, I always like their presentation. Um, it's kind of easy to switch. Even when you're because I've been doing limited more the last few years. So it's like it's easy to. So I just like third person. For me, it's just I can get into the head better. I can explain things better, and then just what they're feeling. To me, I can convey it better in third person. Um, so I just wanted to check, make sure I didn't go too in depth with what Jen is saying compared to what Becky's thinking, because I'd be quote unquote head hopping, which would be an omniscient way of doing it, especially since like here I had like Becky nodded. That basically puts a focus on their face. Like oh you nod, so you know which head, what corner you're in. But that's not really why. I just was going to make sure I was actually doing it like watching the overall scene. But doing it also from Becky's point of view. That's going to double check, make sure I didn't do too much with Janet right there. Because face of her presentation, that's something that Becky would notice. So see, that's one of the fine lines. That's one thing that we do, catch a lot of grief on, as writers, because if you head hop, you're lazy or this or that. Um, a lot don't understand omniscient. It's not the fun, cool way to do it anymore. It's labeled as a beginner's style. Because everyone's has altered, not altered, but changed their perspective where they prefer to limit it more because for a lot of people, you can get deeper into those characters. That's why each chapter will be a different character, or you'll have a scene break in it. If you're reading a story, a short story, or a book, you have a scene break and it'll be another character. When you do the chapters, each chapter will maybe be the character's name to show, obviously, who the point of view is. In the scene, it's just like little things like that. You kind of have just have a break. You either have say double space like that, or like I'll do like asterisks. It's like and, put them in the center. It's kind of a gap. I usually put there's a couple of spaces here, but for whatever reason, it not many seem to understand what it was. If that was a typo. So it might have just been I haven't picked up the books I was reading to that. So again, we each read different books, different stories, different styles. So what works? I mean, it's doesn't hurt to alter our style somewhat to make it more obvious, just to because we don't want to cause readers headaches. We might want to make them think, but at least I want to help people escape. And so for me, making it easier on the reader to understand something, trying to make it as blatant as possible, as obvious as possible, within reason. I do like stories. I do like messing people's heads, make them think. I do like that. So it's just a way to make it a little easier, at least for me. So okay, now that I have that figured out, let's get back into this. Okay, now a little character thing here. Want to make sure. Okay, Jan likes reality TV and game shows, and Becky likes soap operas. There we go. And she's romantic. You can go either way. A soap opera, because Lord knows there's 10 million different marriages and relationships with soap operas, with drama. Reality TV, like we watch, the different shows on there, the dating shows, stuff like that. It works both ways for the hopeless romantics. So it's good to have kind of things like that for characters. Like it gives a hint. Excuse me. I hate typos. Okay, this is where I get vague. It's not. It's purposeful. It's not purposeful. Um, like the love of DVDs and actual physical books. That's kind of my thing. I mean, they know this come up books. Therefore, I mean, you give me a new book. I'll fan it. I'll smell it. I just love that smell. It's just relaxing. It's a quirk. I'm a nerd. I'm a dork. I admit it. I embrace it. It's one of my things I like to do. It's so that's basically where I get that from. And I also have friends that love the digital media. Like I said, I like digital media myself. Like I said, my Kindle, I've got like 4,000 books in there. I couldn't afford a house big enough for 4,000 books. Just saying, and I have a lot of books. Um, like DVDs, I like it because if something goes wrong, you have them. They're not edited. They're not tweaked. They're right there. They're done. You got 'em like the original Star Wars movies. You have those in DVD before all the edits are added in. Great. If you like them better, you have them. It's for me. It's better to have something to be able to look back on and maybe watch it, or even to prove to someone that something existed or something happened, um, rather than relying on it not being tweaked in some way. Just because, again, someone might, well, this might work better, and it might work better. But again, nostalgia, we might like to just see the old way. It depends. We all have different perspectives, so it's kind of both angles here. I do have friends that are like solely digital. It's lighter, it's easier. They don't have to, you know, worry about space. And the world's switching over to that. We have streaming services too. We don't really have cable. We just have it streaming, and it does prove interesting. It's just, um, right. So it's like that's where I kind of got a little vague in a way, just a little more in character depth, and you know, probably normal, but at the same time, it's like it's what you want. It explains Janet. It sets Janet up to okay, this is what she's like, and her best friend is slightly different. Have dichotomy where they get along great. They like in a lot of ways, but they're also different. Kind of just set that up and it's kind of a vague, way in a way, but it's also not. So it kind of depends on our point of view. Sometimes have someone actually want to just bring it a little by little in the story. Oh, I like this, I like that. And you can still do that. There's nothing wrong with it. That's kind of like just setting a little bit of groundwork, so it's there, and it just kind of sets up the camaraderie a little bit better. It shows how good of friends they are. Where they are so different in this, but they still get along so great that they can get along and they can live together. Without obviously wanting to get rid of the other one. So okay, we've got a few minutes left here, so let's see if we can actually introduce a third character. So let's see. It's like seeing in front of myself an entry total sentence. Yeah, I want to put cheese dialogue, and that's just so stupid. Um, okay. Yeah, because I realized that like, she introduced herself like almost like a joke, like, "Oh, I'm Janet. I'm sorry, Janet couldn't introduce herself," but they're gonna know each other's name because of the app or whatnot. I thought, okay, and that'd be like her flirting, and I'm wanting to avoid that. I don't want to be because it's like that's her idea. That's what kind of hint I hear. She has an idea. Okay, he's a dog person. Yeah, okay. I prefer cats, but Janet likes dogs. And that's where she gets the idea. Hope is romantic. I can set them up. Hello, you know, and off and running. So I think we're gonna stop it there for the day. I think it's actually pretty close to the cutoff. So yeah, we only have like 2 minutes to go. So it's like I said, we got decent amount in here. Got a little bit further in it. Got the characters in there and introduced our male lead, although he didn't have a name yet. We'll see. My thinking on that is we can do that when they're, Shane. That's right. What did I check his name? I knew Frank. I can remember his first last name. We can do that when in the next one they're talking about it. When Becky's urging Janet on. So yeah, we'll call it there for the day. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you know got some ideas of your own going. If you have any ideas or thoughts or opinions, please let me know in the comments below. And please like, subscribe, and share. And thank you for joining me. I'll see you next time. Have a great week, and remember, let your imaginations fly. Have a great day.